Research shows that those born on or after 1996 will have 160,000 less spent on them by the state than their parents and grandparents. Graduating in 2021, it is a little bit of a bum, I'm not gonna lie. My sister, currently aspiring towards graduation in a few years, asked me, are we screwed? I mean, all she wants is her education, her whole conscious life to mean something, but with COVID lurking around, there isn't much we can do, really, is there? There are 4 main party poopers which will have lasting scars on our current graduates, and how will my baby sister overcome them? Probably should drop the baby. But anyway, let's sprinkle the facts and see what we find. The first one, employment prospects. She and others will be entering the labour market at the worst possible time. It's predicted to take 4 years before unemployment levels return to the levels seen pre-pandemic. And in the 18 to 29-year-old demographic, which covers both school leavers, university grads, PhD grads, gappers and dossers, you know, the grads that kept doing their first year again and again, my husband in his youth. Well, in that demographic, unemployment is set to soar to 17%, and that's the same level as it was in the 1980s. Now, I have been through it all myself, entering the job market just after the financial crisis. Back then, the wage took 7 years to recover, and I was so annoyed with it all. I left the country and worked in Asia for a while. And other options in 2008 included moving into retail, hospitality. For a while, my husband side gigged in restaurants and mobile phone shops. But those options don't really exist for my sister because, well, shops are non-existent and restaurants, they've been battered, guys. So what are the temporary alternatives? There are skill gaps emerging in the UK economy, and jobs are opening up in social care, data, tech and healthcare. So for those grads that are thinking about vocational training, then the government is expected to kickstart apprenticeship programs for under 25s. And it's also about being bold and using what is around you. Right now, my sister is reaching out to firms just to see if she can help a couple of hours a week on cleaning data, sourcing information out. Professional firms are stretched, and she does have spreadsheet talent even. Now, once she has found a job, she needs to find a roof over her head. So millennials have already been screwed, and Generation Z, which is her generation and those that will be graduating in the coming years, will continue to be so. So when it comes to housing, unfortunately, they are going to be in a bit of a tangle. I really don't see how this can get any better. House prices have soared in 2020, as you'll see from my property related videos, and they've jumped 8% alone in 2020. So with my sister starting her career, even getting a step on the ladder seems like a mammoth task. Especially with the employment prospects being stagnant or dwindling. The struggle will stay real for at least the next 5 or 6 years. All that can be done is for her to really take advantage of the incentives. There are, say, those help to buy, leases and shared ownership programs, either through government schemes or with co-buyers. My view is that there are strategies that she can adopt and learn early, which include minimizing rent, flat hacking and so on and so forth. But even then, it's going to be really hard for her, unfortunately. Young people, and my sister now and me before her, are often found in that tricky position of running tight cash flows, guys. With that comes the risk of running debt. So first of all, try not to get in debt, but if you do, you have to understand the rule of 72. So she understands how interest can compound debt. A £350 debt where she had an interest rate of 22% and minimum payment of 3% of the balance will take just under 9 years to pay off and cost her £305 in interest. She can halve that by paying 6%, double what she would originally, of the balance each month. I'd also advise her to watch out for credit cards when she joins uni. It's a trap, guys, and if she does need them, then be aware of balance transfer schemes and be smart about it, and also overdrafts, which are not her friend. Right, finally, taxes, guys. Yay, she has managed to avoid them for so long, but for anyone entering their 20s, it is inevitable. Her generation is set to pay more than prior generations and also gain the least from it. That's a little bit of a depressing fact, actually. Research shows that those born on or after 1996 will have 160,000 less spent on them by the state than their parents and grandparents. We really do take government spending for granted when you think about it like that, and that made me take a big gulp, guys. Honestly. Why? Why is that? Well, Brits have an aging population, and so the young will be spending more via taxes on the welfare state. The depressing part, the really depressing part, is she will be paying for the coronavirus outbreak for the rest of her working life. So I've told her taxes are inevitable. Also, a lot of us at her age fail to take into account tax breaks, such as the ISAs, pensions and other allowances. Start young and filter as much away as you can. I have to say, the years do start passing as we start having fun out of the cuckoo's nest, but with all that depressing news, the only advice I could give her as someone who went through a period where we didn't think it could get worse. In fact, I have grad friends from back then who remain in an employment struggle and really fail to realize their potential. But the key is to keep an eye on the prize. There are opportunities that come from awareness. Wish her luck and good luck to all of you guys that are coming up to graduation. Now, I do have a video right here on the house price drop which covers what the experts actually think about house prices. So I'll see you over there.